Nikola Jokić doesn't look like a superstar. He doesn't jump the highest. He doesn't run the fastest. He doesn't even play with flash, and yet he completely controls the NBA in a league built on athleticism. Power and speed, Nikola Jokić is doing the impossible. Every possession runs through him. Every defense panics because of him. And every time teams think they've figured him out, he beats them with something new, a perfect pass, a soft touch, or a decision made 2 seconds before anyone else reacts. This is a player who breaks every rule we thought basketball needed. He dominates without forcing shots. He wins without chasing highlights. And he makes the game look slow, simple, and effortless, while everyone else struggles to keep up. Nikola Jokić isn't just changing how centers play. He's changing how basketball itself is understood. Nikola Jokić was never meant to dominate the NBA. He doesn't fit the superstar image. He isn't explosive, he isn't fast, and he doesn't overpower defenders with raw athleticism. In fact, if you saw him warming up before a game, you probably wouldn't expect anything special. But that's exactly why he's so dangerous. The NBA has always celebrated players who jump higher, run faster, and play louder than everyone else. For decades, greatness followed a clear formula: speed, strength, and highlight plays. Nikola Jokić breaks that formula completely. He moves at his own pace. It's almost slow, yet the entire game bends around him. What makes Jokic special isn't something you can easily measure. It's the way he reads the floor like a chessboard. While defenders focus on stopping his scoring, he's already finding the open man. While teams prepare to double him, he calmly punishes them with perfect passes. Every move he makes feels simple, but nothing about it is accidental. Jokic doesn't force the game to adjust to him. He understands the game so deeply that it naturally works in his favor. He turns pressure into opportunity. He turns chaos into control. And without raising his voice or changing his expression, he quietly dominates. This is why Nikola Jokić is so hard to stop. You can't rush him because he never rushes. You can't confuse him because he's already seen the answer. In a league full of noise, speed, and ego, Jokic wins by thinking faster than everyone else, even when he's moving slower. He wasn't supposed to exist. But now the NBA has no choice but to adapt. Nikola Jokić doesn't dominate games the way we expect superstars to dominate. There is no explosive speed, no powerful dunks, no constant highlight plays. Instead, there is control. From the moment the ball touches his hands, the entire floor changes. Defenses shift. Teammates move with confidence. The game slows down, but only for him. What separates Jokic from everyone else is his understanding of basketball. He sees angles that others miss. He reads defenders before they commit. While opponents react, Jokic is already making the next decision. It's not flashy, but it's devastatingly effective. As a center, he does things that were never supposed to be possible. He runs the offense. He creates plays. He punishes double teams with passes so accurate they feel unfair. Guards are supposed to control the game. Jokic does it from the paint. There's also an efficiency to his dominance. No wasted movements. No forced shots. Every action has a purpose. He doesn't try to win the game in one play. He wins it possession by possession, mistake by mistake. The most frightening part: he makes it look easy. No emotion. No celebration. Just consistent excellence. Opponents know what's coming, and they still can't stop it. Nikola Jokic isn't overpowering the NBA with athleticism. He's dismantling it with intelligence. And that's why he's changing the game forever. By now, every NBA team knows exactly who Nikola Jokic is and what he wants to do. They watch the film. They build entire game plans around stopping him. They send double teams. They switch defenders. They try to force him to score instead of pass. And yet none of it works. The problem with guarding Jokic is simple. Every choice is wrong. If you guard him one-on-one, he will score with patience and precision. If you send help, he finds the open man instantly. If you collapse the paint, he stretches the floor with his touch and vision. Defenses aren't reacting to Jokic. They're constantly guessing. His numbers don't just look impressive. They explain the fear. Night after night, he flirts with triple-doubles without chasing them. Points, rebounds, assists, all come naturally within the flow of the game. There's no forcing, no stat hunting, just dominance disguised as simplicity. What makes this even more frustrating for opponents is how calm he remains. There's no trash talk, no emotional outbursts, no visible pressure. While defenders panic and coaches shout instructions, Jokic looks relaxed, almost bored, and that calmness spreads. His teammates trust him completely. Knowing the right decision will always be made. In the biggest moments late in games, in the playoffs, Jokic becomes even more dangerous. When possessions matter most, his decision-making sharpens. He doesn't rush. He doesn't hesitate. He delivers. Nikola Jokic isn't just a great player to prepare for, he's a nightmare to face. Because basketball has no defense for someone who always makes the right choice. Nikola Jokic is redefining what greatness looks like in the modern NBA. In a league obsessed with speed, strength, and constant attention, he stands apart by doing the opposite. He doesn't chase headlines. He doesn't demand the spotlight. And yet, the spotlight keeps finding him. Jokic's greatness isn't loud, it's undeniable. He leads without speeches. He dominates without theatrics. His leadership comes from trust, consistency, and an unshakable understanding of the game. Teammates play better around him because they know every possession has purpose. What makes his legacy so powerful is how unexpected it is. A second-round pick, overlooked, undervalued, and now, a player who forces the entire basketball world to rethink what a superstar can be. He didn't follow the traditional path to greatness, he created his own. Jokic proves that intelligence can be just as deadly as athleticism. That patience can beat speed. That simplicity can outperform flash. He has shown a generation of players that basketball is not just about how high you jump, but how well you think. Years from now, when people talk about players who truly changed the game, Nikola Jokic's name will be impossible to ignore. Not because he was the loudest, not because he was the fastest, but because he mastered the game in a way very few ever have. Nikola Jokic didn't just succeed in the NBA, he raised the standard for what greatness really means. Nikola Jokic's impact goes far beyond wins, awards, or championships. He is quietly changing how basketball is taught, studied, and understood. Young players are no longer just trying to jump higher or move faster, they are learning how to read the game, how to pass under pressure, and how to think 2 steps ahead. That shift exists because of Jokic. Coaches now design offenses around movement, spacing, and decision-making, the exact strengths that define his game. The idea that a center can be the primary playmaker is no longer strange. It's becoming the blueprint. Jokic didn't just succeed within the system, he forced the system to evolve. What makes this transformation even more remarkable is how natural it feels. There's no ego in his style, no demand for credit. He plays the game the right way, possession by possession, trusting that the results will follow. And they always do. Even as defenses grow smarter and strategies become more complex, Jokic stays ahead. He adapts without changing who he is. He doesn't need to reinvent his game because his foundation, intelligence, patience, and awareness is timeless. Long after the final buzzer of his career, Jokic's influence will remain. In the way centers play, in the way offenses flow, in the way players understand that greatness isn't about domination alone, it's about control. Nikola Jokic isn't just part of basketball's future, he is helping define it. When the noise fades and the highlights stop playing, what truly remains is impact. Nikola Jokic's career reminds us that basketball doesn't reward the loudest player. It rewards the smartest one. He didn't change the game with power or speed. He changed it with vision, patience, and an understanding deeper than anyone else on the floor. While others chase moments, Jokic creates outcomes. While defenses scramble, he stays calm. And in that calm, he wins. Greatness doesn't always look explosive. Sometimes it looks simple. Sometimes it looks quiet. And sometimes, it looks like Nikola Jokic, controlling an entire game without ever raising his voice. Basketball will always remember the players who jumped the highest, but it will respect the ones who thought the best. Nikola Jokić did both in his own way.